Welcome to our mock interview session for aspiring evidence technicians. If you're preparing for an interview in this crucial field that combines meticulous attention to detail with teamwork, you're in the right place. Let's dive into our first question, focusing on how you collaborate with law enforcement on securing and processing evidence. Could you tell me about a time when you worked closely with law enforcement to ensure evidence was secured and processed correctly? This question aims to explore your ability to work effectively with law enforcement officers and your understanding of evidence handling protocols. Here are some pointers to help you prepare your response. Think of a specific incident where you collaborated with law enforcement. Emphasize your involvement in securing and processing the evidence. Discuss any protocols or procedures you followed to maintain evidence integrity. Describe how communication with law enforcement facilitated the process. Reflect on the outcome and any lessons you learned from the experience. Let's look at a sample answer to give you a better idea of how to structure your response.
In a previous role, I was involved in a burglary case where I coordinated with local police. My primary responsibility was securing the crime scene by adhering to proper evidence collection protocols. This involved documenting and storing fingerprints and other evidence meticulously. Through effective communication with the officers, we were able to piece together vital details, ultimately leading to a successful arrest.
By the way, we're only covering a handful of questions in this video, but I've prepared a free PDF with all 30 top interview questions for evidence technician. It also includes example answers and tips to help you prepare with confidence. The download link is just below. Can you share an example of how your attention to detail significantly influenced the result of a case? This question assesses how your keen eye for detail has contributed to solving cases. To formulate a strong answer, consider the following. Identify a specific case where your attention to detail mattered. Discuss the details you noticed that others may have overlooked. Explain how your keen observations impacted the investigation. Highlight the final outcome and its importance. Keep your explanation clear and concise. Here's an example to illustrate what we're looking for.
During a burglary investigation, I noticed a small fiber caught on a window frame that matched the suspect's clothing. By carefully collecting and analyzing that fiber, we were able to link the suspect to the crime scene, which ultimately led to their conviction.
Tell me about a time when you had to work under pressure with tight deadlines. How did you manage that situation? This question evaluates your ability to handle stress and manage time effectively in high-pressure situations. Here are some ideas to help you craft your answer. Select a specific example from your past experience. Set the scene by describing the context, your role, and the pressure involved. Describe the steps you took to handle the situation. Mention any tools or strategies you used to stay organized. Conclude with the outcome and what you learned. Let's take a look at an example. Answer.
In my previous role as a lab assistant, we faced a week where multiple cases required urgent processing. To manage this, I prioritized tasks using a checklist and communicated effectively with my team to delegate responsibilities. We worked extended hours but successfully met all deadlines, which significantly reduced our backlog.
Imagine you discover that evidence has been tampered with. What steps would you take to address this? This question is designed to test your decision-making skills and understanding of proper protocols when dealing with compromised evidence. Consider these steps when forming your response. Remain calm and assess the situation before acting. Document everything with notes and photos of the tampered evidence. Notify your supervisor or the lead investigator right away. Ensure the chain of custody is preserved for any remaining evidence. Follow departmental guidelines for handling tampered evidence. Here's a sample response to help guide you.
Upon discovering tampered evidence, my first step would be to stay calm and document the situation thoroughly with photos and notes. I would then notify my supervisor immediately to ensure the issue is handled properly, while following the correct protocols to maintain the integrity of any remaining evidence.
How would you handle a disagreement with a colleague regarding the proper handling of evidence? This question assesses your conflict resolution skills and adherence to protocols when disagreements arise. Here's how you can approach your answer. Stay calm and professional during the disagreement. Listen fully to your colleague's perspective before responding. Refer to established protocols or guidelines for evidence handling. Seek a compromise that adheres to procedures. If unresolved, suggest involving a supervisor or a third party for clarification. To give you an idea, here's a sample response.
In the event of a disagreement, I would first listen carefully to my colleague's viewpoint to understand their rationale. Then, I would reference our standard procedures on evidence handling to clarify the correct approach. If we still didn't agree, I'd suggest bringing in our supervisor to ensure we adhere to best practices.
Before we wrap up, remember you can get all 30 questions, example answers, and step-by-step tips in a handy PDF. Totally free, just grab it below.